So right here, guys, I'm going to pause and you guys in class, and if you guys at home could play along, that'd be so amazing. You can unmute. I'm going to read. Volume is how many dimensions? 3 dimensions. Oh, whoop, I'm skipping one. Pyramids and cones have how many heights? 2 heights. And the 2 heights are the outside slant height. We use a cursive L to represent that in equations. And the inside height, it's dotted theoretically, and it goes to the middle at a right angle, also known as the altitude. We use an H for that because H always creates a right angle. Now, with your finger, please, I'd like you to do this with me. I'd like you to go up the slant height, down the true height, cross in the radius. Denise, what's going on there? What do we got rocking there? Right triangle. Watch out, friends. Close to 30% of today's lesson involves right triangles. Specifically this, complete my sentence, guys. If you have 2 sides and you need a 3rd side, what do? Pythag, that's your superpower. Watch out for that. Couple philosophical things. Volume is 3 dimensions. Therefore, the fraction from a prism to a pyramid is 1/3. So what the second statement is saying is volume is an inside measurement. It's not the paper of the cone. If I were to fill this cone with ice cream, solid, the volume would be the volume of the ice cream, not the area of the paper. If we were dealing with area of the paper, okay, we would be working with the slant height, but we're dealing with the ice cream or the volume inside. So we use what's called the true height, which is this height up the middle. So keep that in mind in the equations. Do this with me real quick. Go like this with your hands. Say prism. Say pyramid. Say prism. Pyramid. Do you see you lose volume? You lose volume when you go from a prism to a pyramid. You lose volume by a factor of 1/3. Why? Because volume is 3 dimensions. So come down here, show the difference here. So to find a volume of prisms, you would shade the bases. You would find the area of one base times the height. That's what we've been doing for the past 2 lessons, base times height. Prisms have 2 bases and only 1 height. Out loud, guys, prisms have what? 2 bases, 1 height. A pyramid is exactly the opposite. A pyramid has 1 base, but 2 different heights, the slant height and the true height. We use the true height for volume. So we start with the same idea, area of the base, that's why it's capital, times the true height. But because it's 3 dimensions, 3D, and we're losing volume, we divide by 3. Pyramids and cones are area of the base times the height, divide by 3. We're going to do 2 problems together, kind of together. Ready? Next page. Turn it over. Next page. Your job is to find the volume of this cone. I'm going to give you 2 minutes. Get as far as you can by yourself. Start with shading the base. Go. Yes, you may use a calculator. I prefer this in pi form, friends. You got 2 minutes to go as far as you can. Whoops, what happened? Do the best you can. Box and label your answers. We're going to go over this in about 30 seconds. If you've gotten stuck, just do the best you can. We will go over this in about 25 seconds.
Wait, Miss Way, do we keep it in pie form?
Yes.
All right.
This time, yes. Okay, here's the steps you should have followed. If you follow these steps, you'll never get lost. You shade, find the base, write your volume equation, circle, plug, chug. Step number 1, you shade the base, shade the base. Jessica, what shape is the base and how did you find the area?
The base is a circle, so I used pi r squared.
You are correct. What did you use for the radius, ma'am?
15.
Beautiful job. And what'd you get?
225 pi.
That's what I'm talking about. So I have r squared, and you should have gotten 225 pi units squared. I would box that, and that is your capital B. Whoops, I wrote that kind of in the wrong place. I should not bleed over. Okay, equals base equals 225 pi r units squared. That's your B, folks. Now, question here. Andre, do we have the true height provided for us already? No. We dropped it straight down. Let's call that X. Technically, that should be dashed. X. Navia, how did you solve for X, ma'am?
By writing out the equation and filling it in
Okay, can you be a little bit more detailed? What equation, dear?
for the prism.
I am so sorry. First, we need to solve for X. Do you see that you need to solve for X?
Yeah,
Okay, Navia, what I just highlighted a two-dimensional shape. What is that shape?
a triangle,
Specifically, what kind of triangle?
right triangle.
Fabulous. Okay, Enzo, how do we solve for X here? Okay, so we should have X squared plus 15 squared equals 17 squared. Students, if you did not do that, you're now working in a different colored pen and showing your work for that. Keaton, do you have the value of X, sir?
It's 8.
8 is correct. Now we come down here, our volume is base times the true height over 3. Now you do the circle, plug, chug. Your base goes down here, 225 pi. Your height was 8 over 3. Factor it out. I'm going to take 3 in here. That's 75. 8 times 75 cents, 600 pi units cubed. You're done. You guys at home and you guys in class, you're going to rotate. If you got this correct, you're going to celebrate. I got it right. That was amazing, whatever. If you did not finish, I want you to be very specific and tell someone what is it you now understand. Okay, you guys at home, if you got it right, send me some sort of little smiley emoji, whatever it is. If you got lost somewhere, I want you to pinpoint where exactly did you get lost. Be specific, friends. Be specific. Hey, kiddos, home, quickly. You guys in class, you
Okay.
have to talk. Yes, ma'am.
Are we supposed to leave it in pie form?
I prefer pie form unless you have to do something else.
Okay.
Yes, Addie, genius abilities right now. I would agree. Good job, guys. Thank you, Mira, for your feedback. Let's do this one more time together. Again, we're doing this. Shade base equations, circle, plug, chug. Start by shading the base. Very important. The act of shading the base helps your brain register what is that shape. Ready? You have 2 minutes on your own to do whatever you can. Your goal is to find the volume of this tetrahedron. Oh, just to clarify where the edges are, 12 is this edge length here. This edge length is not given to you. 20 is the back edge of that triangle. 22 is the true height. You have 2 minutes, go. Do the best you can in 2 minutes. You actually have to solve for that, Marika. If you're getting a decimal, take it to the first decimal place. Yes,
Is 20 meters like the whole line or half?
20 is the whole line.
Okay.
It's the length of the hypo, technically.
You take the 10th of a whole.
10th. Never give me a whole number unless it is a whole number. That's just a basic rule of thumb.
Okay.
Okay, if you didn't quite finish, let's see how far you got here. Let's see how far you got. Step number 1, your base here is a right triangle. So it's important to remember how you find area of a right triangle. Destiny, how do you find the area of a right triangle? Kind of, it is L. It's another L word though. What do we call these? That's what I'm talking about. Okay, so that's going to be leg, one leg times the other leg over 2. That's the area of our bottom triangle there. Problem is you're missing a leg, right? So again, have 2 sides, need third side, Pythag. You should have done Pythagorean theorem. Plus 12 squared equals 20 squared to figure that out. Okay, Srijay, when you solved for X there, what did you get?
I got 96.
No, not the whole base, sir. Just this length here.
Oh, for that I got Wait 1 sec. I got 16.
You are correct. That's 16. So we come over here, one leg was 12. The other leg is 16 because of the Pythagorean theorem over 2. I'm going to take the 2 into the 12, 6 times 16. My base, capital B area, is 96 meters squared. Then I come down here. My volume is area of the base times the true height over 3. I take 3 into 96 and I get 32. All righty, Isabella, what'd you get for that? Did you get that far? 32 times 22?
I didn't do that. I did 96 times 22.
That's fine. Divide by 3. You should get the same answer. What'd you get?
2,112.
I think you forgot to divide by 3, ma'am.
Oh, wait, after divide by 104.
That's what I'm talking about. Yes, 704 meters cubed. Got it. Again, at home, send me a text. You got it right? Some sort of accolade. If you went wrong, pinpoint exactly where you got lost. Be specific. The more specific you are, the less likely to get lost. You guys in class, talk to each other. Go. Where did you go right? Where did you go wrong? Students, you now have a whopping 2 pages left. Do your work at home, show your work. Oh, and Nico, what have you discovered is on the board? Okay, you guys in class, you can now check page by page. So you finish a page, you can walk up, correct it, sit back down. That way you don't have to wait until you're completely done to know whether or not you're doing something correct. Okay, got it? Good deal.
Oh, after that.